Hello and welcome to DailyTUT video. In today's episode, I like to share an important topic about iPhone battery health. Whether using fast chargers like iPad provided adapters like 10 watt, 12 watt or 18 watt adapters with your iPhone makes any change with the iPhone battery health. Whether you are going to see any drastic, reduce in battery health percentage if you are using the higher watt adapters and do the fast charging with your iPhone. Because Apple have supplied and even they have supplied in 2019 September released iPhone 11 with 5 watt adapter, and as per the Apple website, the battery health page and the website that gives us information about how to maintain the battery, slow charging is always recommended for lithium ion powered batteries, and it gives good lifetime overall when you charge that particular battery slower. But after so many competitors and compulsion, Apple have made to bring kind of fast charging features since the release of iPhone 10 and 10R for almost 2+ years, and they also have introduced with the iOS 11 the battery health feature that will help us to do the fast charging but only up to 80%. I have published a video recently in our channel, like if you're noticing that your iPhone is not charging after 80%, then it is because of the optimized charging and how to control it and whether you should turn it off or turn it on. All those details I have shared it in that video. I will leave a link to that video in the description, or you can click the I symbol here or here, I'm not sure. So click on there and it will take you to that particular video. Alright, quickly let's dive into the poll question and the answers. The poll question was whether using the iPhone 8, 10 and the older model iPhone users, not the newer model iPhone users, who are using 10 watt, 12 watt and 18 watt adapters, whether they are noticing any difference in the battery health percentage or not. And if you're using 5 watt adapter, whether you're seeing any better battery health improvements or any maintenance is comparatively better than the fast chargers or not. So that was the question. It is also mixed with the Tamil language, which I have said earlier, and the polling options were yes, no and I haven't noticed it. So personally, many people will not have this kind of thought to monitor it frequently with the charging adapters that they prefer. And the first answer was from Anand Dry, he was using the 5 watt adapter with SE, iPhone SE first generation, and also he have the latest iPhone it seems, so he have the 18 watt adapter, or he might have purchased it separately. So he was using 18 watt adapter for the iPhone SE and he's not seeing any difference. And as of January, his battery health was 94% and he's not seeing any big difference with his iPhone SE with fast charger that's supplied by Apple, because it is important to use the Apple supplied adapters instead of any third-party brand adapters unless it is M5 certified. The duplicate adapters and duplicate lightning cables are the biggest enemy for your iPhone or iPad. It will definitely affect your battery health, and personally I have seen 8 out of 10 users suffering with battery sudden drop and fast battery health draining and battery related problems, overheating issues, especially with duplicate lightning cables and adapters. So try to use only M5 certified or the original Apple supplied lightning cables. And the next response was from Satish Kumar. He says there is no issues with the battery health, but the battery charge drains faster with SE, iPhone SE first generation when he uses the 12 watt adapter. So that is quite strange, but when I use the same power bank to charge my iPhone, I have noticed that sort of fast charge draining issue. But with regular adapters, with power plug or with the computer, when I charge my iPhone, I never noticed that problem. But this is kind of thing that should be taken into consideration. So whether you have noticed or not, do share your feedback in the comment box below. And the next question was Nelson, the answer given by Nelson, yes, Mahil Raj. I have experienced it. I normally use 5 watt charger. Sometimes I use 12 watt. During at that time, I feel the battery percentage reducing more. So I start to stick with 5 watt. I'm using iPhone 10. So obviously after using the 5 watt adapter, he's not seeing that much drop in the battery health it seems. So that is one negative response from user. And the next one was Stalin. He says I'm using iPhone 10s and it is with 12 watt adapter, and of course I'm facing the battery drain problem. It could be for several reasons depending on the usage, if the background app refresh, the GPS usage, and how the individual's usage is also with the battery drain. But when it comes to battery health, he haven't clearly mentioned that, but still we can take it into consideration. And the next one is Mukesh Kumar. He says that with iPhone 10R, he uses 5-watt adapter from the date he purchased it. From that day, he didn't really notice any abnormal battery drains, or in fact, with every iOS update versions, it performs very normal, and it normally gives 1 day full backup for him. He have purchased it 5 months before, and the battery health is 100%. So that is quite impressive, and I believe like he is doing some good maintenance, like sticking to the original lightning cables and following certain charging practices. And when you see the poll results, you can see that majority of users have said that they haven't noticed it, and yes, it was given as the answer yes was selected by almost 62 plus users, and 23 plus users have said no. So this is kind of put us into a tough spot, like where to decide whether to use fast charger or whether to stick with the 5-watt adapter or not. So in my personal opinion, I was using 12-watt iPad provided adapter with my iPhone 7 since I was using iPhone 7, and I haven't noticed any big changes. But of course, I'm one of the person like where I haven't noticed it actually any huge drain or any dip in the iPhone battery health. But with the iPhone 10, I actually stayed with the 12-watt iPad adapter for fast charging purpose, because it accepts the input power of 10 watt. Whether we use any higher watt adapter, it doesn't matter. Every iPhone has a certain input limitations, power limitations, that will accept only that amount of power. Either with wireless charging or wired charging, it doesn't matter. So what I have noticed is like almost I have used it for 20 months, the iPhone 10, and I have while selling it, I noticed that my battery health percentage was 88%. It is almost close to 2 years of overall usage, and I have used the 12-watt adapter. So I personally feel that it is not just the adapter that is going to give some negative effect on your iPhone battery health. It is of course depends on your usage, like how your usage is and how fast you are draining the battery and how frequently you are going to charge your iPhone. So these are the important factors that decides with your iPhone battery health percentage reduce. And as I said before, if it is a software bug, you don't have to worry. With the future iOS update, it will automatically get refreshed and it will be fixed. If you're suddenly seeing any 2 to 3% of reduce in the battery health, don't worry. If you're not seeing any difference, like the percentage got stuck and you're not seeing any reduce at all, then again, you don't have to worry. Just keep on, proceeding with the software updates, and if you want to do the software update and use it normally. If your usage is heavy, then the battery health will eventually, drop. And I also like to add one more important thing, whether you're using the 5-watt adapter or 10-watt, 12-watt, it doesn't matter. Make sure that you're using a lightning cable that is M5 certified or original that is provided with the box. Having a spare cable is always good, like with your car, with your office desk, or anywhere you can charge whenever you need it. And at that point of time, make sure it is an M5 certified cable. Amazon Basics cables are very good for that particular reason. And the conclusion is pretty simple. Whether if you're going to charge it overnight and if you want to charge it at your work desk for a long time, make sure you're using 5-watt adapter or the system connected USB power. That that really proves very effective to charge your iPhone very slowly. It helps the lithium ion polymer or lithium ion batteries in general, when you charge it slower. Maybe that could be the reason why Apple sticked with, the slow charging factors for a long time. And when we see, like based on my experiences, like with the days where I have used iPhone 5s and 6, I was able to use it for 1 day, even for heavy usage. Maybe by 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, I was searching for the charger. But other than that, it was working fine. But right now, even the iPhone 10 and, the models that have bigger batteries are struggling to meet the 1 day usage, the complete usage. Of course, there are several reasons and factors apart from the batteries, the applications, the operating system updates, the features that are loaded into the iPhone, compared to the previous iOS 10 or 11 that I was using. There are so many other factors that decides these charging, the charge hold up reasons. And whenever you want to charge it faster in the morning time, if you're getting ready to office and you want to charge it faster, use the fast chargers, the 10-watt, 12-watt original adapters. Absolutely, you'll be fine. And I'm just suggesting it based on my personal experience. And one more important thing is, don't turn off the optimized charging feature. I personally have experienced it for the past 1 week. I tried turning it off, and then I haven't turned it off since, it was launched in iOS 13 with my iPhone 10, and after that. So my personal suggestion is, don't turn it off. It is not going to help anything, to improve the battery health. That is my personal suggestion. And for more iPhone, iPad, and Apple Apple related tips, tricks, reviews, apps reviews, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give a thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to share it with your friends and followers if you think it is worth sharing. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.